All right, we're gonna do a little quickie on these pieces here. I've kind of sanded them up with some 400. Yeah, I got most of the silicone off of this one. Yeah, you're not gonna see it that much underneath there, so it's okay. You want to concentrate on the front, of course, because the front is what you're gonna see. So you want to make sure and get all that crap off there, whatever's on there. Break it down really good. And I'm using just 400. What we're going to do, we'll clean these all off first. The wind is blowing that way, so it's not going to be blowing in my face. It's a sunny day. It's about 70 out. So we're not painting in the sun. I'm not painting the sun. Bad idea. Okay, I got a little, I don't know, whatever it is. Final prep, clean prep, whatever. It's getting a little windier, so. So we're going to clean these off really good. We're going to paint the back sides first, and then we're going to paint the front sides. And that way the whole thing is painted, see? That's all right. I'm going to get these cleaned up. It's almost too windy to paint out here, so I've got my old junky Harbor Freight grip gun. It's a tiny little one. Those are upside down and on a piece of cardboard because we're going to deliver them to the porch as soon as I get done shooting. About right. Dump a little color in here. And I'm not even going to strain it. Beautiful. That's the back side. This is the side you're going to see. That's good. Yeah, take this to the porch, and then I got to clean my gun out. The first clean on the gun is going to be with reducer, because color mixes with reducer. So you want that to you want to save all the paint you can. There she comes. So you want to save all the paint you can, so mix it with a little reducer first. Clean your gun out. And if you put a little reducer in there, it keeps your paint from getting real thick. You know, it after a while it takes and evaporates all that. All right, let's clean it out. Gonna muck out this, and we'll do the rest with lacquer thinner. Don't have a lot of that, so we gotta be careful. Okay, because you went with lacquer thinner last time. There could be a little bit of residue left, and since we're kind of in a hurry and we're not taking, you know, awesome precautions and stuff, I'm using a little reducer in there. And when I put the reducer in there, there's less chance of it having a reaction because you got residue of lacquer thinner in there. So. Okay, let's get these pieces on the table now. Don't need a lot, you just got to cover it. All right, I'm gonna let that flash up a little bit and then I'm gonna hit it again. Once you let that flash, you can hit it again. Okay, both of those got to set for about half hour before I can clear them. I got a couple of hang nails in that clear, so we'll run it through a little strainer. Almost too windy to be painting out here. Ooh, didn't like that. Hope it's not too angry. Come on. These aren't going to really matter. They just need a little dusting. It's the other side that matters, you know. So that's all they're going to get on that side is just one coat. But I'll do 2 coats on the other side. Beautiful. Whoops. I'll let that melt in a little bit. Then we'll hit it again in just a second. set overnight. All done. Thank you very little. Good morning. I wish you could paint everything laying down flat. It lies so nice and you don't have to worry about runs. Yeah, I think those are gonna look pretty good. They're a little green still. This is a little bit different clear. It takes a couple of days to set up. That's okay, I got other things to do. So we'll let those set in the sun and cook. Yay! Hey everybody, OK Fixer here, back on the 70 Beetle. Before I can put those parts in that I painted, they're gonna have to cure for about a week. I've got some things I've got to fix on this while I have time, and it's essentially I've got to undo what I've done. First thing I have to do is I have to fix this because this gets tucked underneath here, so that's got to come out, go back in. That's your window regulator. Number two, this isn't the correct knob for that, and the spring's broken in this, and on and on and on. There's two little pins right here, but this is kind of flexes in a little bit, and the pins don't hold it in right. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make some nuts and bolts to fit in there. Why is that not? Okay, so I'm going to have to put some nuts and bolts in there and kind of sand them down. And number three, what was number three? Oh, number three is I was pointed out, hey dude, where's your wiring harness for your light? Okay, so I got to fix those three things. Let's fix those three things before I go any farther forward. Then I'm not screwing around with them later. Mm-hmm. Bad. I'm waiting another one. It's done though. Those bolts are in there and it's pulled it up really nice. Good. That's what I want. So the gray goes into a gray and red, and the brown, of course, is ground tan brown. So I don't have, the only thing I have is dark brown, and I have a white, which will be our gray and red. Odd man out. So white will be our red and gray, and brown will be our tan, which is our ground. Incidentally, this light and the tail light run off of one fuse, and then this light runs off another fuse. Kind of weird, but that's the way Volkswagen did it. I'm going to tuck it up and over, and then I can tap into those. All right, I managed to snake that up and over, And she's coming down back here, back, y'all. And then I doubled up on the gray wire, and so I could plug into the main wiring harness, the harness that goes to the light, and the harness that goes to my light on my license plate. And then of course I had an extra ground there, so I plugged that in. So I've got that all jammed up in there. So you should be able to just fold this back, and Bob will be your mother's brother. You're gonna want to have enough slack there so it doesn't pull it. See if you can see that back there. Oh no. Oh, that should be fine. Yeah. My hinge doesn't hang up anymore, my latch anymore either, because I switched it out. Like I'm telling you, crazy. Okay, there you go. Let you do with that in the privacy of your own home. Isn't anybody's business but your own. These are all the innards to the latch and whatnot to make the door open and close. These latches are for 73. They came off of, or 72 and up, I think, something like that. 71 and up, they're plastic. I need another chrome latch, which I have on a door out back, so I'll take that. I have to look at these two also, but I know this is mine because it doesn't have the, both of these are Huff latches, but for some reason, I don't know why they went like this. I've seen these before, original latches. They do have a number on them, but this is mine, and 70 would only have one, so I'm going to keep with that. I have my regulator. I'm going to soak all that in my grease and oil mix. I'm going to clean my latch really well and make sure my lock works. I'm not sure that that's the right lock rod. It might be for another door. I'm not sure that this is bent, this rod. So we might have to fix that. We're going to use our old gasket again. We may have to cut off an edge. We have caps for our door screws. We have an oil cap. We have new rubber that goes behind the, really nothing wrong with the ones I already have. And then I have all the screws and nuts and bolts and whatnot like that out of several doors. So it's nice to keep all those little pieces, because you never know when you're going to strip one or one's going to go pew, flying. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this rubber on. Wait, not. First thing we're going to do is we're going to clean this all up, and then we're going to soak all these parts in some oil really good before we start. Then we're going to put our rubber gasket on. Should be good. Okay, the next thing I'm going to put in is my oiler, or my oil cap. Goes right here. Might have too much clear on it to get it in there. Now she goes in. There you go. And you take that out, and you take an oil can and go in there, and it oils it. Next, I'm going to put in my lock rod ferrule. That goes right there. There you go. Next will be our latch. There are 3 screws that go to this latch, and they are the longer ones. The short one goes to your outside latch. in order to get this in the hole, you're going to have to close that. And then you're going to have to squeeze this in also in order to get that in that hole. And there, right there, is for the lock rod. Now I'm going to put that lock rod on there, and I hope it's right. So I hope it's the right one. Or I can only do this two-handed, so I got to put the phone down. You can get it in a position like that. You have to get this lock rod through. Then when you pick it up and put it in there, it'll hang up a little bit on this piece right here. And you can take a flat screwdriver and just gently, and it'll fall right into place. Get you one screw in there, just one. And put your lock knob on and see if it works without hanging up. That's not too bad. Okay. Next, we're going to put the other two screws in. Make sure you get greasy fingerprints all over your paint. Okay, you're going to want to put this in here like this. And what you're going to want to do is push that in, and then there's a screw right there. Now, I've saved one of the longer screws because that way you'll get a little bit more purchase. You can draw it up with that longer screw, and then you can trade it for the shorter one. Okay, I've traded those screws out. Don't forget your door latch. Now, I just kind of got this centered, and I kind of got it where it looks like it's going to be about right. It might want to come up a little bit. Probably have to come in some unless I don't have it shut all the way. Oh, there you go. That's not too bad. Because this rubber is ripped right here, I'll end up having to order some rubbers because it barely touches where it's supposed to go right there. And so since there isn't anything there to touch, there's going to be a huge leak right there. Yeah, I can see daylight through it, so that's a no-no. That's okay, I didn't want to clean these up anyways. So I'll order some. There you go. There's that. Now let's see if the latch and lock works. Let me get some keys. That yellow car out back, the locks go this way, which is odd. I don't know why or what, but they're opposite. But the lump part on a Volkswagen should always go to the back. So that works really nice and smooth. Should be just fine. We might do a little bit more massage into it. So, but there you go. That's how all that goes together. You have to reach in and kind of snag that. You got to kind of know where it's at. You can feel with it with your finger. It's pretty easy. And then you just flip this little clip over and push it back, and then your lock or your latch rod will be in place. So let me get that going. All right, our rod hooks on. It's like that. How do I know I've got the right side? How do I know this doesn't go up instead of it going down? Well, it's because you can see the old screw holes where, you know, they had two bolts hold it in, and they're in the same place. Sorry about that. And they're in the same place. So it's got to be right, right? Incidentally, oil or grease everything that you put in this door. Every spring, every latch, every lever, everything. Okay, once you got this working, you're going to notice this. And you don't want that. So cut yourself a piece of the sisal. We're going to use that for the bottom of our seats. Incidentally, you can buy a whole roll of that. And we're going to use that on the bottom of our seats instead of horsehair. Take some... and we're going to put it on this high side right here. Right next to the bolt hole. Now, don't operate that for a couple of days. If you want to, you can put a drop of oil on it, if that's your bag, baby. I know. Although this door screams like 72 and better or whatever, I want it to look as 70 as I can get. So I'm using the chrome instead of the black, and the escutcheons are still black anyways. And the armrest will be screwed on instead of slid on. On a 70 door, this is cut all the way, cut all the way up to here, and then it's got like a little hook right there. There's so many things. This pocket here screams new. The 70 had a smaller pocket. Of course, the chrome would not match had I not drilled the holes, filled in the other ones. It goes on and on. So, you know, when I buy door panels for this, of course, they'll have to be for 73. When I buy the armrest, they'll have to be for 73. So you have to consider things like this, but I want it to look as much as 70 as I can. But I had to use these doors, and there isn't too much I can do about it. So it is what it is. The next thing we've got to put in is our window regulator. So I've got our bolts, and I've got a window regulator. We're just going to stick that up there. The biggest mistake is not getting that underneath this. It has to go underneath this side. Usually when you put it in there, it wants to fit right here, but you kind of got to shove it up in there so it goes underneath this. So let's get that in there. That's pretty simple. All right, I've got it up in there. I've got the bolt holes lined up. Let's get that little feller in there. He didn't do anything wrong, that little feller. I know you're not going to believe this, but you're going to want that window to roll up and down. So strap on a door handle, and hopefully you saved all the screws, because paying $1+ for each one of those stupid things is stupid. All right, and we're going to want to make sure this works, because now is the time. Now is the time to know if this is too crunchy. And oh, is that crunchy? That is really crunchy. But I'm going to work that back and forth and see if it's manageable. But she's really crunchy. So let me work that a little bit and decide whether or not I want to keep that regulator. But then again, do I have another one? All right, lastly, I'm going to put these plugs in. And I took both of these regulators out. I washed them up really good with gas, cleaned them all out, sprayed them with brake clean, re-oiled them. Everything works a lot easier, but they still make a little bit of noise. But it'll probably be covered up with the door panel. I don't think it's that extreme. Okay, let's go out on the porch and have a look at some glass that we're going to use for this, because this is going to be the last part of this video I'm missing belt moldings and whatnot, but we'll get our glass together and I'll show you what I mean by watermarks. Let's have a look at that. If you notice, let me get it in the sun there, it says Duroglass. It's a little VW logo. All right, this is the back glass of a 70. So I want to try to keep this as period as I can. So I want to look for glass, vent glasses, quarter glasses, and door glasses that have that logo. So all three are the same, so that it looks good. All right, let's have a look and see what we can find. Okay, this is going to be a driver's side door glass. Now, the driver's side and the passenger side are both the same door glasses, but you want your logos to read from the outside, if that makes sense. You can tell this is a left-hand door glass because it bolts in from the inside, but that doesn't mean anything. You can knock these off and you can turn these glasses around and use them for the other side, but the logo will read backwards. So you want all your logos to read frontward. All right, and this one, this is an armor clad. Okay, and being that this is the outside of the glass, I'd have to clean it and see if it's a good glass. But to begin with, it's not a Duroglass. It's an armor clad. So I don't want that one. This is off a newer car, probably out of that 73 door. Okay, I have this vent glass is for 67, you can tell because of the handle. Or 65, 66, or 67. Yeah, I don't know if it's, but let's not go there. The vent glasses are the same. However, I want the same logos. So we have here, let's take a look at this door glass first. This door glass here has got the small duo glass logo. So I need to find another one of those. This vent glass underneath here is a very nice vent glass. I have another one just like it, but it's an armor clad. So I don't want to use that. But I do have three of them that have the small VW logo, and they are the Duroglass. Two of these, well, one of them is Duroglass. The other two are Dillodur. So I might look at, see if I can find another Duo glass or Duroglass. I probably have another vent glass out in the garage, so I'll have to go check. Okay. I'm trying to think where I'm at right now. But in the event that I don't, this will work because it's the small VW logo. I even like these because they don't have, I'm not going to need moldings for them. The track, that track's really good. The rubber is a little worse for wear, but they open and shut really nice, and I'm not gonna mess with that. You can tell this come out of the orange door because it's got orange paint on it, but this is an older vent glass, so probably somebody went in a salvage yard and swapped this out, pulled one out of a car. So I've got one door glass, and it's going to be the driver's side, and I've got my driver's and passenger vent glasses. These doors down in here, this door glass is an armor clad, and I'm not going to use it. And obviously it come out of that orange door because it's got orange paint on it, but it says armor clad, so I'm not going to use that one. Not that there's anything wrong with armor clad, it's fine. If I was building a 72 or 73 car, because it had an armor clad back glass in it. So I'm just trying to get everything together. Once I get this all together, I'm going to inspect these and wash them and take a look at exactly what I have. Let's put this aside right now. We have at least driver's side stuff. Let's see, is this driver's side or passenger side? Yeah, this is left side. Okay, so we're looking for passenger side stuff. Passenger side vent glass, passenger side door glass. Have to look out there. I want to look at this car out here and see what the pop-outs say. All the glasses on this are Duro glass, including the pop-outs. So we use the pop-outs. I've got new moldings for them. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this car. We're working on one car at a time, so I'll source something or probably even have them in the garage. That's Duro glass. Duro glass. This car's got all the original glass in it. I wonder if it's got the original windshield in it. Made in Germany. Germany. Siegla. See Kyle. Yeah. Original German glass. Never been out of there. It's all original glass. So we can use those. Let's go see if we can find a passenger side door glass and a passenger side vent glass that are Duros. I do indeed have another vent glass, and it's right back there. And it is a Duro glass. And I did find a passenger door glass. Remember, it's going to read from the outside, and it reads Duro glass. Comes with a free spider. And I did find a set of pop-out Duro glass, pop-out quarter glasses. So we're good. Let's clean these up and see how many scratches are in them. Okay, I didn't take this into consideration, but these two pieces right here are Solex. I mean, surely you can see, right? They're green tinted. I didn't think any Volkswagen Beetle had green tinted glass, factory. But there you go. Vent glass too. All right, I did find another door glass in the back that's dual glass. The problem is it's got scratches going up and down like this. And I don't want to put that in the car. Shoot. Well, let me rethink this. What do you think, Dora? Huh? Poor kitty. She's over here more than she's at her own house. I found her all beat up when I had my hoop house right there. She was way in the back going, almost dead in 110-degree heat, huh, Dora? Put. Hey, put. Hi. You crazy cat. She plays too hard though, if you're not careful. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Back to the car. I have to keep them all clear. Have to. The only other option I have is a small logo door, armor clad, which won't be seen, but it's not scratched. That's the whole thing. And then I have the passenger side, and then that way I can keep with these vent glasses clear, and I can keep with the pop-outs. The pop-outs have hinges on them and they work, or the latches, and they have the hinges on them also. I have new rubbers for these, and I'll show you how to put the rubbers in later. But now I have a back glass, pop-outs, vent glasses, door glasses. The windshields have to be Chinese. What are you going to do? Beggars can't be choosers. Well, I got the glass. There it is. That's going to be the end of this video. I'm waiting on some belt moldings and such before we can finish our door. And this is going to be the end of part 1. And take care of yourself. Be good. Bye.